Nah, it's not. 16. 2016 was the year everything went to shit. Was the year everything went downhill. 2016. Where the whole world just became depressing as at least this country just became depressing as fuck. 2016. I can recall 2016 where everything was just so fucking weird and crazy. Where the hate, I noticed where the hate, where the division really started to come in. 2016. Where it's just shifted like that. Blame the internet, blame social media. Cause they flipped the switch and everyone switched up like that. Like that shit was so weird. Universal MK Ultra switch just turned on and everyone just went this or that now. You're this or that. Oh, you don't believe in this or you don't agree with this or you don't think of this. You're that and you're that and you're this and that. And that's 2016. The flip, the switch, this side and that side. It's just disgusting. Like I vividly remember 2016. Everyone just started acting weird, eggshells, weird as fuck. I was in high school and high school they're starting to implement like let me think if I can recall. Just in high school, it was just let me think. I remember when I was in high school, they got the Chromebooks. The Chromebooks, started using them. Before that, I was in junior high, and they started using the iPads. Now that's when schools began to implement the internet into their teachings. Because before that, in school, the internet was really more of a treat, once in a while treat. You would have to go to the computer lab, or you'd have to take turns with other classes using the laptops, the one set of laptops for the entire school, or like in the classroom. Certain classrooms had computers, but it was the big ass box computers or a big ass module PCs, PCs and shit. Did they have those in high school? Yeah. I'm thinking of junior high. In junior high, they had like a whole class, just the computer room. I'm trying to remember. Of course, everyone by then had smartphones too. By junior high, but they wouldn't allow you to use them during lunch and recess. Like phones were a no-no. So it became unavoidable. Like in high school, I'm talking about now, where you're allowed to look at your phones as long as you're not in class or during a class session. You were able to look at your phones or sneak at them much more easily. Certain teachers, of course, would be like a big no, not at all. But most of the time, you had access to the internet, and then, like I'm saying, 2016 comes around now, and students are becoming political. Not just political, they're getting into all that the bullshit on the news. Pretty much, how I took it was news. A bunch of those talking points you'd hear on the news. That political bullshit, those statistics, those political bullshit. Of course, 2016, the era of racism, you know, Democrat or Republican, left or right. Those words became really big, left and right. Not necessarily Democratic or Republican anymore, just left, right, conservative, liberal. I'm saying they blew up in young children, like the young kids and teenagers began caring about that kind of stuff. I noticed I did. Before the official final results of the election of 2016, leading up to that whole political campaign, I remember getting onto it a little bit because it was like Trump, never seen before, a celebrity, right? Never seen before a celebrity becoming president. A rich celebrity, a famous person, put it that way. Now we look at today, we see that politicians are famous people. They're fame. It's celebrity. You're becoming a celebrity when you become a politician. They love it. They bask in that. They get ad money. They get ad revenue. They're Hollywood now. Once you get ad revenue, you're becoming Hollywood. They get money from ads and shit. Now they're making podcasts. It's ridiculous. But 2016 was just a celebrity becoming a president. And that's what appealed to a lot of the young people. Because it appealed to people like me in high school, or like being like, if he could become a politician, he's some famous guy that's been in movies, on TV, music, you name it. He's been everywhere in the entertainment industry. Hollywood. This famous celebrity could become president, so can I. It was wild times. I'm trying to think now. I hopped off of it as soon as the election began, or I just started I hated what things became. Never voted in my life, and I still will never vote in my life. I'm never gonna vote. It's fucking bullshit. It's all for show. It's for themselves. It's not for us. When I say them, I say the elites, the powerful people in charge of this country, the wealthy, the rich and wealthy. It's because a lot of them become rich and wealthy. A lot of them get paid only 100 grand a year salaries, right? 100, 200. Six-figure salaries to all of a sudden they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They're 300 millionaires, 200 millionaires, 400 millionaires, nearly a billionaires. People running this country. People getting into politicians getting into stocks, Bitcoin. Shit's ridiculous. The Bitcoin. That's another thing. The internet, the banks of the internet, Bitcoin, and all those other stuff. So I see it now. The banks for the internet currency. That's all it really is. It makes completely sense. Internet currency. Soon enough, Bitcoin and everything. You could use in the. I'm actually never mind. I was about to say Bitcoin. You're gonna eventually only be able to use over the internet. Without Wi-Fi, you can't buy anything. You can't purchase anything. Without Wi-Fi, without a smartphone, without the internet, you're not gonna have access to your funds. Physical banks are gonna go obsolete because physical money, is dying. There was a change shortage not like a year or two ago. I'm pretty sure it's still going on. The change. There's a shortage of change. Pretty sure the value of cash, the dollar, going down. It's becoming more expensive to make a single dollar or even a penny. It takes like 5 cents to make 1 cent. That's how much it costs to make 1 penny, I think. The materials too, it just doesn't make sense. Soon enough, physical money is obsolete. Internet money, it's become the only thing. Banks are going to go out of business, at least physical banks. They're all going to go virtual. Virtual. Soon enough, there's going to be a flip in currency. I don't know how that works because I never lived in my lifetime through like the Great Depression or something. Because the change of currency must be so wild to a society, especially when dollar bills came around. Before that, they had like bank notes, right? They did have dollar bills, but they had like bank notes. A lot of it was gold, actual material, like precious metals, like gold, silver. You get coins made of like silver and gold and all the other stuff. Copper too. Copper was like pennies. You get penny. You get copper. You know what I mean? And then money gradually going from physical precious metals to piece of paper. Cloth. It's pretty much cloth too, to a piece of little paper. And then banks having to switch and convert all their money to what's the new currency is. That's such a trip. And then you got citizens, right, who got old money and being like, oh, I gotta convert all this old money. I'm sure there was like grandfather laws like that, right? The grandfather law for like old ass money you have. Or just convert it. Or you can keep it, and let it go up in value. Because I think that old ass money is it's antiquity and shit. Just imagine an original banknote from like the Wild West days. Probably be so expensive now. The interest and all that shit it's built up to. Or would they do it according to the time and law? I don't know how that works. That old money though. I mean, I guess you could just say raw gold and everything. Daylight, it's 2 years ago. That white boy aesthetic. The split hair. I'm gonna say this right now. The aesthetic look for people is looking homeless, but not quite. Of course, Kanye really put that on with Easy, right? All torn up, looking homeless. But I'm not just talking about clothing now. I'm talking about like hair, looking messy, homeless, or unmatching your clothes like you're homeless. Like you got all your clothes out of the bin because that's why you're not matching. Like, and I've noticed people getting clowned on for matching now. When I was a kid, you would get clowned on for not matching, for wearing the most weird and out of pocket shit together. You know what I mean? Wearing church shoes, wearing church shoes with jeans and a fucking cardigan sweater or whatever the fuck that shit's called. With non prescripted glasses and a T right underneath. It just doesn't make sense. Like people dress like homeless people. Like they get all their clothes out of the fucking donation bin. Like I'm not even tripping. I'm not even lying right now. I like to match now. I'm older. I'm at the age where like I could buy my clothes to finally match. I finally had money to buy myself clothes that match. And now I'm an adult now, and everyone around me's wearing unmatching clothes, looking like fucking homeless people. Messy ass hair, purposely wetted on purpose to look nasty and damp. When people like me just never gave a fuck about how they look. I'm glad, man. Kind of forced humility in my life. Having to wear shit that was used, handy downs, never being able to match, never being able to do any of that shit. Cause look now, it's the style. It's the style to look poor. It's the style to look raggedy and dirty. And that's been my style. I had no choice but to grow up that kind of style. And now it's the thing. It's the big thing now. Wearing big ass baggy clothes. Because they're handy downs. They don't fit. Or too tight. I remember that shit. My favorite was the baggy shit. It fucking sucked when I got a pair of like handy down clothes that were so tight. Or didn't really fit well, but I had nothing else to wear. Cause it's like, fuck. At least it's something new. I remember that. There's these one pants I wore for like the longest time. I forgot what they look like. They're like brown. They have like grooves. They're like cardigan. I don't know what they're called. They were like fucking ugly though. They were fucking ugly ass pants. Hold up. No, I don't know how to describe the material. It was like this shit. It was like grooved, like thick ass grooves, some shaggy shit, shit like that, bro. Ugly ass fucking like the material though. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's like cotton, but like grooves, thick ass groove indents going up and down, like straight line like that. It was like some just so itchy too. I remember itchy ass fucking pants. I fucking hated them. I was like, they're ugly ass pants. Literally ugly ass pants. What the fuck were they made of? There was something like that though. I forgot what the materials. Corduroys? Corduroys? Nah, that's not it. I don't know. Then everyone wears them now. I see them. They wear them with the dogs. I wear dogs for work. That shit pisses me off too. If you don't wear them for work, don't fucking wear dogs. The work ones, the non-slip thick ass ones. Y'all look like fucking fools. Look like fools. This shit's starting to piss me off. The dress pants with fucking tennis shoes or sneakers. That shit never ever feels right. Hell no. That shit. That's what's up. This is the fit you need to wear that shit with. Some dress shoes, a belt tucked in, collared shirt. And then people are gonna clown on you for matching, for dressing how you're supposed to dress. But no. Oh my god. Yes. No, that actually matches, never mind. But you know what I mean? Dress pants with sneakers? I'm telling you, that's some like handy down broke shit. It's the shit I used to grow up with. Literally, that's the shit I used to grow up with, bro, right here. That'd be like for church, right? But like, I'd be forced to fucking. Nah, have I ever wear church pants to school? But you know what I mean? Those brown dress up jeans, like this. Nah, it looks like leather. Never mind. Shit's diabolical though. This shit pisses me off like this. Tuck it in, bro. He's old. He can get away. What are you wearing, my dude? He's dressing like these kids, bro. You're supposed to stunt on him and wear it like all matching and shit, bro. You're like, see, I can afford matching clothes. That's what it was. I could afford matching clothes. People don't even know the struggle, bro, of being forced to unmatch your clothes and just trying to make it look fucking decent. And all these kids are be asking their parents to look fucking unmatchly. It's so ghastly. It's literally that's all it is too. Parents letting their children dress how they want to dress. My ass was forced to wear certain shit. They weren't gonna let me go out looking fucking. Cause I'm not gonna lie, when I would try to dress on my own, I would be a little crazy and unmatchly. And then my parents would be like, "Yo, go change that. You look fucking weird. You look crazy." And I was like, "Y'all are right. Y'all are right."
消炎止痛，超快速有效。
I grew up with
急
old
诊酸
school
痛，快
parents.
用普拿疼激励。
冰顺风怀旧实验室，创新吃法，杨枝甘露酱，港式怀旧风味变身潮滋味，永基甘露冰顺风。
Brittany already did it, bitch. Brittany already did it, bitch. Unoriginal. Unoriginal. Fucking hate new music. Fucking hate. I mean, you could kind of hate on hip hop if you don't like the new shit, because hip hop they've always sampled, but it's done with. It's like a hip hop song, so you know it's gonna be fucking like. It's just done in a way where it's like. It makes like a pop song turn into hip hop, a rock song turn into hip hop. You can hip hop fight anything. But when you just straight up steal a flow, steal all that shit pisses me off. Like if you're making a pop song and you bite off of another pop song, then that's fucked up. Same thing with a hip hop song. You can say the same thing with the hip hop. Within your own genre, if you bite off of somebody in the same genre, that's fucked up. Nah, I put singing because you could sing in like pretty much majority of genres except hip hop. Hip hop's not necessarily singing, right? You're rapping, your rhythm and rhyming. Hmm. Ben Booney, Benson Boone. I don't like the music bullshit. We'll give it a shot. I call men like that Ken dolls. Men who dress like these obvious women dress them.
Stay the night and
You could tell when a guy dresses in clothing that it's obvious a woman would want to dress them in. These are men who work overtime to get pussy. Because once you start to dress how they want to dress you, that's working overtime for pussy.
I don't take
You don't need to try that hard. You don't need to try that hard. That's just OT. Okay, they're dressing a little chill. I'm not hating on the
cold
outfit that much.
December.
I'm just saying.
I recall.
You could dress a girl the same way and you'd be like, oh, she's one of those Reddit, quirky, I don't know what the fuck you call them girls. What the fuck is this? My phone is tweaking out. I'm gonna have to go get one. My phone is tweaking though. Find a cover? Why do I need to find a cover? Shit. Oh my goodness, bro. This shit is annoying. Okay, I gotta leave at 9:30. It's 8:28. Alright. Got like an hour. I just realized I only have work clothes. Only got like I only got like 7 pairs of wearable shirts. I only got like 5, 7 pairs. Nah, I'm lying. I only got like 5, 7 pairs of wearable shirts. All my jeans, my pants are black for work. I got like 4 work shirts. I got like 2 pairs of jeans. One I've been wearing since like junior high school. Another pair about the same. And then I have a couple church dress pants. And that's about it. And in my closet, I have jackets, sweaters. I have a good amount. And then I have dress shirts, long sleeve, and a short sleeve. A lot of them I have to throw out. They're old. I don't have much though. I don't wear too many clothes. My shoe game. I don't have that many shoes anymore. I got like 10 pairs, less, less than 10 pairs. And my peak was like 30 pairs. My peak was up there. I was getting up there in shoes. I had like 3 pairs, 4 pairs of Air Forces. The white ones, the tops, the high top ones, or the mid, or I forgot what you call them. And I had a black and white and red and gray pair. It was like a double hologram. I forgot what it was called. That shit was tight. And I had a red, white, and blue pair. I had a bunch of Air Maxes, the 94s, I think, 95s, the classic ones. Did I throw away my ones? I did throw away my ones. Those were like my favorite pair up until recently. I had to throw them away. What else did I have? Used to have a bunch of those. I have a couple I never get rid of. I have a pair of fives my sister got me in high school. The Knicks. They were the lows though. Or the mids. I don't know what they're called. The fives though are my favorite of all time. They're starting to chip away though, the paint. I wore them a lot though. I wore them a lot. It's just they're just so old now. I don't think I wear them anymore. I got a pair of ones, lows. A green pair that I like a lot. I only wore it a couple times. Got the 550s, the New Balance. Those are my favorite right now. So comfy, New Balance. New Balance in general, comfy ass shoes. Got some Air Max. I have a pair of Pumas. The yellow gold ones, those are chill. Not the black and yellow. And then I got kind of want to listen to some music. Feeling pretty chill off of 20 milligrams. Classic Stan. Royal Otis, oyster in my pocket. Let's give it a shot.
Be unique. Be sparkling. Uni Sparkling.
Resident Evil 4 is my favorite horror. Not horror, just my favorite video games of all time. From childhood, Gears of War 2. Gears of War 2, one of my favorite childhood games. And Fear 2. A lot of 2s in my childhood. Bad Company I liked a lot. That was another good game. This one, I've had the first one. Surprisingly, this is the Bad Company 1 Battlefield. I didn't even know it was a Battlefield game. Oh yeah, it said it right there. It was. I'm a fucking dumbass. And the Battlefield 4 PS4 era was like my favorite game. Battlefield 4 really, really good. I liked it over Black Ops or Call of Duty. I never really got into those because I never really owned any of them. Battlefield though, I got into heavy. This was a good ass game. Bunch of weapons, secret weapons to find. It holds up. It kind of holds up. I mean, not really. Replaying it. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the sequences are pretty badass. The maps. It was memorable. It was pretty good. It might not hold up. You might not get into it. Might be a little outdated for some guys. But this was Xbox 360 era for me. I never played the second one, but the first one was really good. Your whole mission is to look for gold. And you're like in Russia. It's a pretty badass concept thinking about it now. I can remember the ending. That's how memorable this game was. Nah, it was a good ass game. It was a good ass game. Sweetwater. You guys gotta get into it. The characters were funny. The crew. Like I remember me and my brother got into it. Talk about who was our favorite. Good ass times. I like the guy with the glasses. He was pretty cool. The smart guy. That was a good ass game. 2008. Fear 2. Never played the first or third game, but another one from my childhood I remember. This is really good. I love the mechanics in this game. The ragdolling of the enemies and blowing off their arms and shit. There's this one gun, the needle gun or the bolt gun. It would shoot bolts, and you could just shoot them to the walls like they're a freaking note piece of paper or something. That shit was so funny. It's pretty scary too. It's pretty creepy. And then there's slow mo. There was a whole slow mo effect that you could play for it. It holds up. It's a really good game. It holds up. This was a game I would play on repeat. I would play a lot. Lost Planet 2 as well. That's a game I put in hours. Now this is a game I played the most. I can recall playing the most. I played this game a lot. I played it a lot. It was my go-to. Kill time, pass time, look for new shit, explore. That enemy was super cool because you can go inside him. You're practically dead though, and he shits you out. It's funny, but he eats you up. He could eat you up, and you could go inside and shoot him up inside. Damn, this was classic. I like this game a lot. Pretty long, really hard, challenging, awesome boss fight. That was like the first boss fight. Cool weapons, vehicles you could drive, like mechs. What else? You had like a grappling hook. So like exploring the map was really cool because you could go on top of things. There's just one desert map where there's these two monsters and they like scream. And I forgot what it could kill you. It was this map. Damn. With the train. That was good. Yeah, then you gotta shoot those fuckers. This game is really good. I remember so many weapons you could use, switch out your weapons. There's super armor. There's all kinds of grenades, sticky ones, mines. I never played multiplayer, but because I had Xbox, I didn't have Xbox Live. You needed to pay for internet on Xbox 360, which I did not like. Which made me want a PlayStation, you know? What's something interesting I've learned recently? Something interesting I learned recently. Hmm. What have I learned interesting? Let me look into my depths. Okay, something I learned interesting. I don't know. Hmm. 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 Let's look for it. Let's look for something new. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Let's look for something new. Let's look for something new. What have I learned recently? I don't know. That's a good question. What have I learned? Be more specific. Hmm. But I remember asking people that question all the time, especially people in school or like taking classes in college. I'd be like, "What are you learning? What have you learned?" Some people were like, honestly, I don't know." I'm like, "What the fuck? Why the fuck are you taking it then?" And then I remember, oh, the internet, Chat GPT. I never used that shit, but that shit started coming around more like 2023. And then just recent, I heard colleges are getting rid of it, or they're trying to work towards getting rid of it, which is good. Make people use their brains. Make people use their brains. Something I've learned recently, now that I bring up the brain, the mind. So our pineal gland is the size of a rice grain. It's in charge for making us feel dopamine, endocrine, hormones, our feelings, emotions, you know? Then I learned it could become calcified by a certain age or at a young age. It starts to become calcified. And I learned that fluoride can calcify it. Fluoride is found in the waters. What else have I learned? Calcification of the body, though, begins with the mind. Interesting. Calcification of the body begins with the mind, the mental, and then it becomes the physical. Calcification of the body. Calcification. My bad if I spell it wrong. Of arteries. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Calcium. Oh, yeah, calcification. Alright, this dub makes me cringe. I kind of don't want to look at it because the house shit. The house shit gives me the heebie jeebies. I don't want to look at this. Never mind. Just thinking about calcification of my pineal gland making me feel headache. Let me chill. That's too much knowledge. See, learning new shit can be scary sometimes. What else have I learned? Ooh. You see? Let's go to music. What else have I learned? What else have I learned? Recently learned. I don't know. I learned that recently. Why to even try be nice? You see, negativity is so common that when somebody comes around trying to be nice, they just can't believe it. So they make it into a negative because they're so used to negativity. Negativity is like anything else in the environment. You know, certain point you get used to it, get used to abuse, suffering, pain. think I've said this already before. Stockholm syndrome. Let's look that up. Can that happen for any type of like, not just abusive situations, but like, let's say health or like being sick, right? You're just so used to being sick, feeling sick. When you finally, get better, when you finally become to heal, when you finally begin to heal, can you just be stuck in the feeling of negativity, of just not feeling well, to where that feels well, to where negativity feels like a good thing because it's constantly there. Because it's constantly there, it feels like a good thing. You become secure with it. That when it goes away, you become insecure. Something's missing. Like an addiction, for instance. You start to learn about a lot about the human mind and addictions and words and definitions. An addiction could be more than just a physical substance or a physical thing in this world like sex, drugs, alcohol. You can say money, but then money gets into more of the like mental addictions, more into your psyche your addictions of the psyche of the mind. Addicted to feeling like I'm saying negativity, addicted to being like an angry person, or just somebody who likes to get into fights a lot. That adrenaline, whether it's because you feel adrenaline, anxiety, whatever you're addicted to, feeling fear. And it could come from an addiction or just your environment. Mm. Is adaptation addiction? Hear me out now. Now we get into words and in definitions. An addiction, we just associate it with, like I was saying, substances, worldly, physical substances. It's just the act of enjoying something, loving something. Not necessarily. Let's look it up. That's why we got the internet. We got technology. Is a chronic condition. See, we usually just associate it as being a chronic physical condition to some or engage in behavior despite negative consequences. Let's look up definition. There we go. From Oxford Languages. Okay. A fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance or activity. But what about feelings? What about behavior? Being addicted to negativity, like I'm saying, or just being used to negativity. But addiction applies. Denoting the state or condition of being devoted to something. A sign. Addiction, a sign. Interesting. So an addiction, my addiction of being a negative person, being an angry person. But that just implies you want it, right? To whereas if, your circumstances, your situation in life naturally brings it out of you, unwillingly brings it out of you. That's just environment. That's just instinct, right? Instinctual reaction to your environment. I don't know where I'm getting at. Hope you learned something new. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But what, like I'm saying, what I learned new, some people just like the bullshit they're in. Or some people just get used to it, really feel there's no way out of it. Could that be it? Can't really speak for everyone. I don't know if it's hopelessness, pointlessness. Some people, decide, to live negative lives, angry lives, evil, wicked lives. I don't know. Could be sadness. Could be just people sad. I know what it's like to be really sad and not care. Could just be that. Hmm. But then people's psyche gets in the way, convincing them that they're not sad. Or like, pride. Everyone has pride, takes pride in themselves and how they're perceived, how they're looked at. Very rare you find somebody who doesn't care about that. Deep down, we all do care what people say to us, what the people think of us, right? Someone will call you an asshole right now on the street, start calling you all kinds of names. You'll feel some type of way about it. You'll get annoyed, right? I've been learning not to care. Like, why do we make such a big deal out about that? Especially the words of a stranger. The words of a stranger, someone we don't know that well. Like, why do I have to give in to your words? Why do I have to feel the need to defend myself from your pointless words? You're a stranger. You obviously don't mean anything. You're a stranger, right? Learning to let go and not care what people think. Sad. I don't know. Many factors come into it. The country you live in, the culture you live in, could all play into why you feel the way you feel. But I've noticed in a country like the US, where people live fairly comfortable lives, where we have fat homeless people, our homeless don't starve. Hell, they could do drugs and shit, bro, and still be fat. Pretty amazing here. To where I think it's just being so comfortable that it doesn't feel right, or there needs to be some kind of excitement, some kind of anger, some kind of bullshit that you need to manifest yourself because the world isn't doing it for you. So, you're addicted to being a negative person because you live such a boring life. It's like, oh, got nothing else better to do but to be negative, to be angry, to rile up myself, to feel this adrenaline. Shit, I love adrenaline. Especially being scared. That's the adrenaline I like. And the angry adrenaline, that shit's draining as fuck. I just feel pissed off and tired after that. That shit sucks. Getting scared could be fun. I love that shit. Nah, there's certain scary. There's a scary real and then there's scary fun. Scary real is like dying. like physical death or suffering. I'm like, that shit scares me. I'm not gonna lie. That adrenaline sucks. Like when you cut yourself, I know like I'm like, oh fuck. That shit sucks. That adrenaline's like instant like fuck. But like in games like Alien Isolation get me nervous, scared. That could be fun, nervous, scared. Or like when you're playing a sport and like it's you got the ball, you just feel your heartbeat going, but you just gotta remind yourself, stay calm, stay focused. That's just the best feeling ever. That shit feels like an out of body experience. Like it's like video game shit. You're just like so focused. Even at work, like work too sometimes. Where it's like super duper busy. You're getting stressed, a little scared. That shit be pretty fun. And you gotta move quicker, faster, more efficiently. I love that shit. Edibles, smoking. A lot of people say they get anxiety when doing that shit. I like it. That shit's fun. When you're in class and you're in class, you're just a whole edible in and you're just shaking and shit, trying not to fucking pass out. That was horrible, but that was fun. Just greening out in class. Like, oh shit. Oh shit. You're about to pass out. I remember that. I was like, took all my strength to keep my head up. That shit was crazy. Woo. Good times. Good times. Very good. Very good. What's up, gluten? Gluten Maximus. I don't know why, but I gotta go soon, but I want to listen to this real quick. Hopefully, you guys could hear it. If you can't, play along on your phone or some shit. I'm about to start it because it might be copyrighted. Probably is. Kid Leroy. I've been fucking with this song too heavy.
睡不扁，压不塌，全新升级巴黎莱雅发根气垫瓶，首创蓬松净发精华，清爽控油，滑顺不干涩，发根蓬弹5公分，72小时清爽蓬松。No.1 巴黎莱雅发根气垫。
That's just so clean. The ads. That's a clean ass ad. The little noise
瓶
effects.
因为我值得。
Oh shit. That was a clean ass ad.
Isan Polo, Latino Polo, Latinx Polo. Which one tells your story? Order now. Dial 0800
I'm lit.
Swaggin.
I'm lit. Shit.
The Speak Tea ya está aquí, solo por $49.99. Llama ahora al